You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level. Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn connects you with experts from all over the world to help you take charge of your career, your business, and your life. Rap along with us. Visit drjacalyn.com to learn how to become a guest or a sponsor. And now, the doctor is in.
Hello and welcome. You are watching Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn, Fashion, Fitness, Travel, and Leisure. I am your host, executive producer, director, and broadcast engineer. And we've got a great show for you today. Introducing the dynamic, beautiful, world-renowned, international best-selling children's book author, Diann Floyd Boehm. Hello, welcome.
Hi, you're so kind with your introductions. I love it. Thank you so much.
Well, it's very easy with you. Yes, it's another Friday together. So how have you been?
Busy, just covered in boxes for the big move. It's coming, I promise.
So it's a gradual process, right? It's not, you have to get it done today, you're moving tomorrow.
Right. We're being very slow, methodical, and actually, since it's just 4 hours away, we just take a nice, simple drive and unload some boxes and kind of get that particular house in order, and then come back and get some more, and then the big movers, so that it's I'm one of these people that I want everything like I've lived in it, like within a week. I want everything as if I've lived there for the last 20 years.
That sounds like I was gonna say that sounds like a little bit of pressure, huh?
Oh, just a little bit. But the great thing is we have a lovely swimming pool, so then I'll just go take a dip in it.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Yeah. And Diann, for people who are tuning in the first time, our show every week is about something different in the areas of fashion, fitness, travel, and leisure. And you brought us an amazing guest today. But before we bring her out, I'd really like to just spotlight you and have you share with us all the amazing things that you've done and you're doing.
Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. And if you're in the radio land and driving and can't see us, a very warm welcome to you as well. So my name is Diann Floyd Boehm, and you can see behind me, for those who are watching YouTube, etc., that I write children's books. And my books are all about loving one another, embracing people, even if they're a little different, because they could end up being your very best friend. I really want, for moments in time, for us to take a deep breath and just enjoy peace and harmony. So that's what my books are about. And pretty soon I will be doing a cover reveal for my very first chapter book. So I'm very excited about that, Dr. Jacalyn.
I'm excited for you. And so any idea when this reveal is going to be?
Probably in about 2 weeks. We're going to make the big announcement in a couple of days.
Okay,
so I don't even know. I'm waiting for the publisher to tell me.
Well, we wish you the best with, and am I allowed to say that I've read it, which I just said?
Oh, yes, you may, of course.
And I highly recommend it. I'm not going to give any secrets away. I'll just, okay. Anyway, I'd love for you to tell us about our guest who is joining us today.
Oh, I'll be more than happy to. She's not just a guest. She's a very dear friend, Janet Manning, and she's just this incredible interior decorator, and she does also holiday designs. And in our home, we have all types of things that she's made. She's truly brilliant. And she, I met her in Dubai, so you'll learn all about that. But also, I hope Janet will share how sometimes she gives lessons on how to make some beautiful objects as well. And I can't wait for everyone to learn more about her.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Let's welcome Janet to the show. Hi, Janet.
Hi. Thank you so much for both of you for inviting me. This is very exciting.
It is. I love that color. Isn't that beautiful? What is that? That color blue?
Sort of like a pale teal color, but yeah, I love it too.
Yeah.
It's stunning. Janet, where are you joining us from today?
I'm in Virginia. I'm actually having some girl time visiting my best friend. Obviously, with COVID, it's been a while, so it's just really lovely to be here and spend time. And we're just chilling and shopping and catching up with each other.
Oh, that's so nice. I look forward to doing that with Diann at some point in the future. It's
Yeah,
hard.
absolutely. But there's nothing like girl time.
Exactly. And I think, with COVID is not being able to travel and everything, these times just become more and more special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you've been living in Dubai, so you had COVID to deal with it there, but you also have family in South Africa, and so I hope that everybody's doing well there as well.
Yeah, it's really, really bad in South Africa at the moment. They're in the middle of a third wave, and it's dreadful. Unfortunately, my father got it a few weeks ago. Thankfully, he's doing better, but yeah, it's just very, very bad there at the moment.
So we send best wishes to everyone there and pray that everything becomes healthy. Right, Dr.
Thank
Jacalyn?
you so much.
Absolutely, yes, yes. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
But I think bigger and happy things. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Get happy again.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So you do holiday and interior designs. I love that, especially the holiday part of it. Can you elaborate on the work that you do?
Yes, sure. I have a degree in interior design, and I still have a passion for design, but over the years, and I think partly it's because we've been living in an expat posting where it's more difficult to get very nice holiday stuff. There's a lot of sort of the cheap and nasty stuff that you don't pay a whole lot for. So when people find quality designs, I find that my clients, they just fall in love with my work and they're a client forever type thing. So yeah, the holiday side is truthfully kind of overtaken the interior design side, and it just grows every year from strength to strength. And I'm now working doing the designs for Bloomingdales in the Middle East as well, which they came and found me on social media, which was very exciting.
Wow, that is extremely exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when you go into Bloomingdale's for the holidays, it's just like you don't want to leave the store. It's so spectacular. And of course you spend money there, but you just like it really puts you in the mood.
Yes, yeah. No.
Yeah.
So it was I was sitting in Dublin airport 2 summers ago and my phone rang and it was Bloomingdale's, and yeah, it was very, very exciting. Just shows the power of social media. I mean, it's taken my business to, another level, which is very exciting.
I am speechless on that social media that Bloomingdale's found. That's amazing. I worked at Bloomingdale's for years, part-time in the cosmetics department, and I loved how the store would be decorated. And still, during the holidays, it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. So, congratulations again to you. That is quite an accomplishment.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So every year, we change it up and different themes. And interestingly enough, living in a Muslim country, Christmas is actually huge, and not just for Christian people. I find I'm getting more and more Muslim clients. They like a holiday tree. So very often the themes that we do, they're not, you obviously have Christmas themes, but for example, last year we had one that was sort of blues and corals and that, so it fits nicely in their homes, and it's still a Christmas tree, but it's not like screaming angels or something like that.
Janet, I'm wondering, the department stores especially, they start promoting whatever the holiday is, they're promoting it, they're starting earlier and earlier. So how far in advance do you have to start preparing for a department store, let's say?
Well, not even just the department store, my business in general, the holiday markets, the trade shows are actually at the end of January. So you go or you go online and you start studying the trends, and you decide, which trends you're going to follow. And the orders get placed at basically the first week of February, and then they get delivered. They're starting to be delivered at the moment. Some of the big wholesalers that I deal with literally are debuting their tree themes and everything this week. So yeah, and just the way my brain, I guess it's a creative brain, I usually somehow manage to always be ahead of the trends. So I'll decide to do polar bears this year, and say they come into the shops the following year. But my brain never stops. It's always thinking of new ideas and trends, and it's just, I don't sleep very well. I do a lot of my best thinking at night.
So what is what can we look for this year? Is there a special theme or something that you're looking at?
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. The themes are a little disappointing this year, and unfortunately, I think it's because of COVID.
Okay.
Last year when people made their orders, COVID was end of January. It was still a sort of a thing that was happening in Wuhan and wasn't really affecting us. But we're very much seeing that there's not a lot of new ideas for this year, and I think it's because the retailers are being conservative. And the other issue we've got, in fact, I received an email this morning from a supplier. There is a worldwide problem with shipping at the moment. There's a shortage of containers in the world because the cargo has been so much in demand with COVID, and so the prices are going up drastically, unfortunately. So I think a lot of the retailers who maybe didn't sell out of stuff last year are going to try and reuse. And I know I'm certainly going to be, I've been already, last year I had a beautiful midnight blue and white tree that actually didn't sell. And now I'm trying, I was talking to my friend this morning, I'm thinking of adding a gold or a platinum to it. So really trying to sort of be sustainable, I guess, too, and reuse. So there's not a lot of what is really exciting, but we'll make it exciting.
Well, everything you do is exciting, and Dr. Jacalyn, you'll have to go to our website and everybody out there and see all the designs, because I know you're not in your home right now to show us, but I can understand professionally where you're coming from about not being excited, but for all the listeners out there, anything she has is automatically going to make your house exciting. It's going to pop.
Yeah, don't worry, I get excited. My brain just kind of thinks differently. My husband laughs, we'll go to the shops and I'll see a vase and I'll go, I need that. He's go, what are you going to make with it? I said, I have no idea yet. But then I go home and invariably I turn it upside down or turn it on its side, and then it becomes a fabulous creation.
Absolutely.
You just have that vision, that ability to see things.
Yeah. Sometimes I set myself these engineering challenges to, I decide that I want to build a gingerbread house or whatever, and say, luckily my husband is an engineer, so he gets involved too. But that doesn't always go well, because when it comes to my work, I'm a perfectionist. So it can be a little stressful.
And people can order from you online, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. A lot of what I do, I try to be very unique. So you'll never get like a carbon copy of what someone else has got. It'll always have some little twist or some change to it. So when you're buying from me, you are literally buying a one-of-a-kind piece.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and we just have to say that Bloomingdales would not have contacted you if your work wasn't exceptional. So I think you're being very humble, but obviously, which we appreciate. But we want everyone to know that you're doing outstanding work that is very special and unique.
Thank you so much. And the interesting thing in Dubai, we've been there 23 years now. We went for 3, and typical expat life, it extends. The other holidays were like nothing. And every year now, I mean, I've just had my best Easter season. I had my best Halloween season last year. And Christmas last year was very interesting, and I'm expecting similar because of COVID. I think people needed that feel-good factor. And they literally started decorating and asking and ordering now, this time of year. And I mean, I flew in here on Monday night. And even on the plane, I was getting emails and everything. Oh, don't forget me. When can I place my orders? I was like, 15th of August, I'll open the orders. But I think people, after this tough 18 months we've had, they just want that feel-good factor.
I have to agree with you. And we're going to take a break, but I'd like to suggest to our audience that they head over to Instagram and go to Janet's Instagram account, which is Seasons by Design. I actually have it pulled up here, some incredibly beautiful photographs. So please do that while we're on break. We are going to watch a music video that is from two sisters, Victoria and Lavinia, and they are called the Debutantes, and you can find them on Instagram under the Debutantes, and their clip is If Paradise Is. So I'm going to put us all backstage so their music video can fill the screen, and we'll be right back.
Take me to who needs You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Hello and welcome back. You are watching Fashion, Fitness, Travel, and Leisure. I am your host, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and my co-host, Diann Floyd Boehm, and her incredible friend and our guest, Janet Waite, Seasons by Design founder. I hope during the break you were listening to that beautiful music, but you had a chance to go over to Instagram and check out some of the beautiful work that Janet has produced. Really impressive.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, pictures never do them justice. Whenever clients come over, they go, "Oh, they're so much bigger and better." But it's a common problem amongst designers. We talk about it all the time, and it just never shows it fully.
This is true. But I went out, so I have several of your pieces, as you know. Most of them are packed, but I have, just to show, I ran out and got my one from Christmas a couple of years ago.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It always.
I just love this one. I don't know if you can spare it.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
It always
Stunning,
warms
isn't
my
it?
heart at Christmas time. You know, people tag me, and I only use quality like supplies, and people keep them for 15, 20 years, and then they tag me all over the world, you know, as to, we've got, and say, we're going to be relocating to Texas early in the new year. And I have so many past clients who just like waiting for me to get there, which is very exciting.
It is, and you also decorate Christmas trees too, Dr.
Yes,
Jacalyn.
I do. I provide like whole Christmas trees. I come and install it in your home, and literally do everything. You don't have to do a single thing. I do not take them down though, because by the end of Christmas, I am exhausted, and I also feel I don't want to be responsible for packing them, because if you don't then store them properly, you're going to come and moan at me. So I don't offer a takedown service.
And Janet, do you travel all over the world doing this?
No, I travel a lot, but not necessarily for work. I have family all over the world, so I do that. But, like I say, we're going to be relocating. So, hopefully I can expand on that. But no, not at the moment.
Understood. So how do you work with people? So for people who are out there, they're thinking, I want to contact her. What does that process look like of your working together?
Obviously, if they're local in Dubai, we get together, we meet, they come over, they see, I always have samples and everything. But for anybody else, I can ship worldwide, and I sort of do drops of products. So, on the 15th of August will be the first Christmas drop. And you come on, I tell you a certain time, and people come on and they sell very, very quickly. So, I try and do quite a few product drops through the season. We just ship internationally.
So when you say you do product drops, is this online where people can see? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So I'll announce it like at, so-and-so Eastern Standard Time, whatever. There'll be the first Christmas 2021 drop, and, it'll be, say, 30 or 50 items. And, because I don't make two of anything, you're waiting and you get it, and you do the money transfer, PayPal, we offer different options. And I find that this is, what has worked best for me. And then in non-COVID times, what I do, and Diann knows it well, I actually have a show house where the entire house, and I'm very fortunate in Dubai, I have a nice big villa. The entire house is decorated for Christmas, from the front gate, the bathroom, the kitchen, every room is different theme, and it's a different tree, and the table's set as if it's Christmas Day, because I find, I'm an interior designer, so I can visualize, but a lot of people can't. So this is the reason that I actually started the show. So they come in and they go, oh, yes, that wreath on the front door would look nice in my house. Now do you have a centerpiece that matches that? And or, you know, I love to hang a wreath on a mirror, or instead of a picture at Christmas time, and people don't think of those. So when they walk in, they really don't have to imagine it. And we have Christmas music, and we have punch and cookies, and I have beautiful Christmas candles. So literally, it's usually about the second week of November. People walk in and they're immediately transported to Christmas. And it's got to the point now that people line up outside my door. I open the door at 8 a.m. and they're lined up outside, and my girlfriends come and be my Christmas elves, and they help, because it is like a feeding frenzy. People see something and they grab it and they carry it around. And then they see, oh no, maybe I prefer that. So they just put it down. And I mean, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. It's the most feel-good day, you know. We all collapse in the evening, but it's wonderful. And, you know, when I relocate, I certainly will be starting that tradition in Houston too.
It's so exciting. I feel like I wish I was there.
Yeah, no,
I will personally say I put it on my calendar immediately. One time, Dr. Jacalyn, the thing was polar bears, and the moment, because in the villas in Dubai are where like each villa is gated. And so the moment you get to her gate, the transition begins. You know, it's like the Polar Bear Express, except it's to Janet's place. And then when you see, snow happens the moment the gates open, and it's just fabulous. And you know, I really think this fits in with fashion, because fashion isn't just clothing, as you know, it's jewelry, it's fashion in your home, fashion for the holidays, and her Halloween fashion is incredible too, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. So it's fun. Not always fun at Janet's.
Yeah, well, we always have an annual witches party, and so the whole villa gets done, and it's a ladies only party. And every year, you know, people who haven't been before, they go, oh gosh, I have to up my game. So when people would come home in the summer, they actually search out their witches' outfits and that. So we're hoping once COVID's passed, we can start that tradition again, and certainly in Houston.
Oh, that'd be great.
So you guys are going to be pretty close to each other then, is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to be up in the Woodlands, and I don't know if I know you're down in Kingwood now, but you know, our husbands are friends too, so, you know, we definitely will connect. Houston's like little Dubai, to be honest. We have so many dear friends that we've met over the years in Dubai, and they're all in Houston. So we
do a Dubai get together.
Yes,
yeah,
we will.
We do a Dubai get together. But yay! So your wish is coming true. I'm so happy. This is the big announcement for me to hear today. So
yes, well, you know, COVID's delayed sort of things a little bit. So yeah, the hope is that, you know, everything will start moving in the right direction soon, and that January we can look at relocating.
So that's good. Jackson, I just want to interject here. Janet has these incredible, I have two of them, incredible hats. They're not your
fascinators,
fascinators. Thank you. And you have to make sure you go online, and everybody else listen and check out these Halloween fascinators, because sometimes based on how fascinator looks, that's how I decide I'm going to look for my witch look.
Yeah, no, I make them, and they've got big spider webs, or they've got, you know, spiders or witches' legs coming out. And I decided one year to do them, and they were an enormous hit. So that's always the challenge for me, is to come up with new things every year. And it's quite interesting, because years ago I decided to do a peacock tree. And everyone came in and they were like, well, it's nice, but it's not Christmas. And then slowly but surely, you know, all the shops have gone for peacock. And I sometimes find that, you know, you'll do like a new trend, and it definitely takes like a year for it to catch on. So you got to just say, all right, well, maybe I won't sell too many of them this year, but always the next year the customers walk in, they go, oh, well, where's so-and-so? So it definitely, that's quite a tricky part, just knowing what's going to sell.
And speaking of selling, you said that you will announce, like in November, you're going to have these items, 30 to 50 items that are available. How do we find out about that? Like, where will that information be?
It'll be on my Instagram and my Facebook business page. And I'll be doing, drops. Say, unfortunately, I have to have foot surgery the first week of September. So things might be a little delayed. I'm thinking positively that they won't, but we'll have to see. But yeah, no, everything always gets, you guys know as well, social media, you've just got to keep up with it every day. In the season, I'm posting something or reminders or announcements. You've just got to keep engaging, and make the social media work for you.
Janet, do you remember, for folks who are just joining now, Bloomingdales found Janet through social media, and so she does their displays for the holidays. So do you remember what it was that you had on? Was it just your page in general? Did you have a certain post that got their attention?
It was probably because it would have been in the summer. And I usually, for 6 months to go, I usually post a lot of my trees. And so it was probably a post about the previous year's trees or something would be my guess. Because, it was probably around the 1st of July. I was visiting my sister in Dublin, and I was in the airport when I got the phone call. So, that would be my guess.
I think that's just so important for all of our viewers and listeners to know that social media, it does make a difference. What you're posting out there does make a difference. People are looking and watching.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, back 23 years ago, when you used to print little flyers and hand them out, and then you got like about a 20% return, for me, social media, it has literally taken my business, 10 levels up. It's been absolutely amazing.
And Janet, I think it's so fascinating, the fact that you are doing your business on Facebook and Instagram. So for business owners who are out there who are really interested in how to monetize social media, what advice or direction would you have for them?
I'll end up doing quite a few collaborations. Say, I'm not the youngest person in the pack, and, the young people today are so much into it. So, for example, my hairdressing salon is run by young girls, and I engage with them, and I'm going to be doing a whole Halloween collaboration and then a Christmas collaboration decorating the salon. And I'd say that the collaborations, people sit in the hairdresser's chair and they go, oh, where did you get that wreath? And I've picked up an enormous amount of customers that way. So I sort of try to harness through, some of the younger influencers. I don't actually spend any money on Facebook ads. Perhaps if I was in America, it would be different, but in Dubai, our reach is not that. It's just not worth it. So I just try to engage every single day, and sometimes it takes me an hour because I belong to a lot of different groups. For example, in Dubai, we have a Christmas Madness group, and it's all nationalities, and there's 10,000 members of people all crazy about Christmas. And so you cross-posting all the time, and it's just engaging, and, it's where I get all my business from.
I just love that. I just have to applaud you for that, because I love the fact that you talked about collaborations and younger influencers, people who are, social media is what they've grown up with.
Yes, exactly. And, I'm not the most tech savvy person in the world. Everything I know, I'm sort of self-taught. And my daughter in London is in PR. And then when I get desperate, in fact, with the Bloomingdales thing, they said to me we needed headshots. So I went off and got headshots. And then they asked for a boilerplate. And I'm not ashamed to say I didn't even know what they needed. I messaged my daughter, what do I need to do? So I've learned along the way.
And it sounds like you've been very open to that. Whereas, people who are my age, kicking and screaming, don't want to deal with social media, but it is part of our world. And I think a demonstration of that, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Clubhouse, the Clubhouse app, but that's given people ways to collaborate in ways they never could have.
No, I know of it, and there's been a few. We have quite a lot of media restrictions in Dubai, and there's been a little bit of controversy about it. So I haven't gone down that route yet, but it's definitely something I am aware of.
Thank you for sharing that. So I'd like to ask a question to the two of you, because I've never been to Dubai. I've always been fascinated with it. It's always been kind of like, oh, Dubai. And I guess it's from the movie Sex and the City when they went to Dubai. But so what's it like? What was your experience, Diann, when you were there? And Janet, you're still there. What's it like to live there? It just seems so glamorous.
Well, when you get past the glamour, because the buildings are totally incredible, but for me, what makes it is the friendship of the people, and to be with people from all parts of the world. And when you meet someone like Janet, for instance, who opens her home to all of us, and we have the American Women's Association, and it no longer exists, which we won't get into, but Janet opened her home. And now we have coffee and tea for all of us to get together. And it's not just Americans, it's women from all cultures. And that's what the world's about, is to share and love one another. And you certainly can do it at Janet's house.
Yeah. You're so right to say it's the people and the friendships. I mean, my friend that I'm staying with, Dina, we met together, sitting on the sofa together at an AWA stitch group, back in 2002. And she's my dearest friend in the world. And I think as expats, you become each other's family. Your boundaries go down so quick, and you form bonds that are lifetime bonds. And it's the international. I mean, my kids grew up in Dubai, and they went to school with 87 different nationalities and teachers from about 60 nationalities. And it's, yes, the expat life's not for everybody, and at times it's hard. You miss family, and now during COVID, I mean, I've got my grandbabies in London, and I've got my elderly parents in South Africa, and there are hard times, but career-wise, for myself and my husband designs a lot of those fancy buildings in Dubai, and
Yes,
we've been able to experience things that we never could have dreamed of when we lived in South Africa. So we just feel incredibly blessed, to have lived this life.
And I love how you're sharing your experience through your creations. I feel like your work is so beautiful, and it gives people reason to have joy in their heart and celebrate.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it does make people happy. And I have such a passion for it and I think it shows, because every piece I make, I love.
Do you have a hard time parting with your pieces?
Sometimes, yes. Not always. And the trees in particular, because I dream these trees 2 and 3 years in advance, and there's so much passion that goes into it. And I've got a friend she's more almost like a business partner these days, in Houston, and we actually met in a design group on Facebook, and we just clicked, and we go on buying trips together all over Texas. We go to Canton, which is the biggest craft market in America, and we brainstorm. Most nights we're online together brainstorming about trees and design, and we met on Facebook.
Once again, I'm speechless about the impact of the social media. We've got to get ourselves together, Diann, with the social media, right?
Yes, absolutely. Maybe Janet.
Can you give us a course, Janet?
I'm no expert. I say I just muddle my way through, but yeah. And the most amazing thing about Cheryl, she is a twin, and she sadly lost her twin sister around high school graduation. And our backgrounds, she's a retired Marine, she's a veteran of Desert Storm. And I came from a more privileged background in South Africa. Our backgrounds couldn't be more different. But when we're together, our husbands just sit there with their mouths open because we finish each other's sentences. And when we go out shopping, and we don't think we look anything alike, but people actually think we're sisters. And so we just believe it was a God-given friendship and, you know, meeting of minds. And again, we met in a design group on Facebook.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is. It truly is. Yeah. And
that's a commercial for Facebook if I ever heard one.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's so hard to believe. I mean, the first time I went to stay with him, the husband just literally sat there with his mouth open because we'll be sitting or we'll be designing something, and then we both go, oh, and we've got exactly the same thought, and we get up and we make the bows or whatever, and he just sat there like, you two are crazy, but it works.
Janet, where does all this creativity come from?
My mom is, she's 85, and she is the most incredible needlework person. Her embroideries actually look like paintings, and she quilts. And then my paternal grandmother was also incredibly creative. My sister is a painter. One of my nieces is an incredible artist. So it's definitely in the family.
I love that. I love because you can all, yes, support each other's work, and so much joy you're bringing to the world, Janet. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you for everybody loving what I do. That makes it so much easier.
Well, even the way you present yourself today, you just have this, first of all, I love those colors, as I mentioned. I love the earrings, and you just come across as a very authentic person bringing joy to the world.
Well, thank you. I try. It's not always easy, but I do try. I love connecting people. As Diann said, you know, the AWA unfortunately was closed in Dubai, and we had a couple of years where it was very hard to meet people, and then I just said no. And we called, what did we call ourselves, Diann, now? AWC, that's right.
AWC,
and
yeah.
you know, we started this group, and we got like 200 members, and we try and involve the husbands, and we do boat cruises, and we do the coffee mornings, and, you know, cooking dems, because in an expat community, Diann and I are actually quite unusual in that we have jobs, because a lot of the ladies don't work. And so you have a lot of bored and lonely people, and it's quite important to sort of keep them involved and connected.
That sounds like a great cause also. Janet, as we come to the end of the show, what's next for you? You're talking about this relocation, but what's next for you professionally?
Gosh, I can't say that I've actually sort of articulated it yet. I guess the big thing is just going to be reestablishing my business, and, you know, taking the contacts and the friends and the clients that I have in Texas and wherever in America, and, you know, regrowing the business, which, you know, is very exciting for me.
Well, we wish you all the best, and I just love everything that you're doing. And please go over to Instagram and follow Janet on Seasons by Design, and also over on Facebook. She just shared the power of social media, so you never know what kind of collaboration you might have with Janet.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and lovely to see Diann.
Ditto. Thank you for joining us. And now you're besties with Dr. Jacalyn.
Yeah, thank you.
Dr. Jacalyn, please, you can teach all of us on the Better You how to make bows and everything else.
Yeah.
I would love that. That's a great idea. Yes, I'll reach out to you, Janet, to see if you want to join our team of presenters.
Okay, sounds good. Lovely.
How much fun. Great idea. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Lovely.
I'll talk to you soon, Janet.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, all the best people, Diann. It's amazing. That's because you're such a good person yourself.
Well, thank you very much. I will say living in Dubai is an incredible experience. And anyone who has an opportunity, if work is saying, hey, how would you like to go live in another country? I just say jump at it, because yes, it's different, but that's okay. It's good to get out of your comfort zone. That's how we grow as a human being. And living in Dubai and the Emiratis are just such beautiful, beautiful people to know. And of course, meeting people from around the world. And we do have a strong network there to help you connect and know which hospitals to go to if you need a hospital, or doctors, the best hair salons, etc. So I really loved the expat life, and I miss it. But luckily, because of social media, we can all stay connected. And so, like we learned today, Janet's moving to the Woodlands. Well, that's only 30 minutes away from me. So woo-hoo.
I'm happy for both of you. That's terrific. And Diann, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you, and who should reach out to you?
Everyone should reach out to me who wants to just have a moment to just relax, think back, and just reach into your childhood, or to inspire your own kids. My website is Diann, F as in Frank, Loyd, B as in boy, OEHM.com. And make sure you subscribe to my newsletters and find out how you can interact with me with my newsletters as well. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you
Jacalyn.
so much, Diann. That's fantastic. Your guest is just wonderful. Jan, it was such a pleasure having you here today, and I love her work. And Diann, it's always good seeing you, and I hope that you have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, and I love you from the bottom of my heart, and you do such amazing work. And everyone who's out there listening, please make sure you subscribe to Better You, to Dr. Jacalyn's new website, the Global. Can you tell them the whole name so I don't mess it up?
USA Global TV.
Yeah,
USA Global TV.
USA
Yes.
Global TV. Woo-hoo! I love it. And the great part about it is you have presenters from around the world. You're definitely global. And the people you're reaching out, and I know you didn't pay me to say all this, but I really want listeners to know that you are making a huge difference in the world. And the two speakers, I had a chance to listen to two of your shows while I was packing today, and I literally had to stop and go on Amazon and order 2 books because they were so amazing.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that says a lot, Diann. That's amazing. Thank you. That's great. Was it from the last show?
Yes, Rise Up. No, that one was good. The one before that one were the two gentlemen, and he wanted to rise up. We people,
Life's Amazing Journey.
Life's Amazing Journey, and we people need to learn how to think and rise up with our thinking. And boy, I just like that. I love that phrase, rise up to your thinking. I was like, oh, I gotta get that. And then, both the gentlemen were just phenomenal. And I'm like, what books did they say? Okay, I'm gonna get them. And, like, they're talking, and I'm like tapping up, we're on Amazon. I want these books.
That's amazing. I'm gonna let them know. That's really wonderful. Thank you.
And
Thank you for that.
Maybe you could tell people how much they need your book.
Oh, well, thank you for that. I hardly ever talk about my book anymore, but thank you. So I wrote a book. Diann introduced me to a wonderful person. His name is Red O'Laughlin, and he has a different process for writing books, which I'm not going to give away at this time. But basically, I worked with him from February until May. The book was published on Amazon May 22nd, and it became a #1 bestseller June the 4th. And the book is called Behind the Green, How to Succeed in the Live Broadcasting Business. So this book is about how I created this platform with no experience, really no knowledge whatsoever of how to be a broadcaster. And it started out with me being on the phone with the radio station, and they would call and interview me every Friday. And I got very bored of being interviewed. I had nothing to talk about after, I think it was from August until March of 2020. And in the meantime, I had retired from my corporate job March the 6th of 2020, and my focus was going to be on my life coaching business. Anyway, fast forward, I decided that I wanted to take over the radio show, and they told me it was absolutely not possible because I'm not an employee, I don't have any experience, I'm not in New York, I don't have the equipment. Well, lo and behold, I convinced them otherwise, and so I took over the show in August of last year, and that was on Zoom. And from there, we went to StreamYard, and now we have 18 shows a week. And I do all the producing, directing, editing, broadcasting. And so this book details how you can do the same thing if you want to. And it also gives you inside information about me and my life, how and why I left the corporate world, and some of the things that happened to me along the way. So there's lessons at the end of each chapter. So thank you, Diann. I forgot about that. It's and you can get it over on Amazon.
That's right, and it is a powerful book, and it's life-changing for anyone who really is trying to figure out what it is that they want to do differently. And we all have stories to tell, and so why not read your book and find out how you can tell your story through your book, Dr. Jacalyn. Again,
thank you. No, thank you, Diann. And you know what? I don't even know if you realize this or not, but my second book, I'm almost finished, and you have a chapter in there because I interviewed you a long time ago about stories of hope, inspiration, and overcoming adversity. So this book is called Behind the Mask, Stories of Hope, Inspiration, and Overcoming Adversity. Yeah, so you're going to be featured in this next book.
I feel very honored. Thank you. Well, I know you have another show, but
yes, that's right. I forgot.
I know we girls could chat all day. We must do this. I've been dreaming of this, and then I'll let you go. I promise, because I know I talk a lot. I think we need to do a road trip and go on the road. The girl time on the road with the show. Find some places, meet some people, eat some food. What do you think?
Yes, I think that's a great idea. Definitely. And I told you I'm definitely going to the UK in the spring. I'm hoping you're going with me, but we definitely need a road trip.
I definitely want to go with you. Don't change your mind on that one.
No, I'm going. That's it. Going.
No, but I'm going with you. Don't change your mind that you don't want me.
No, I want you. I definitely want you. As soon as we know it's safe to book that we can travel over there, yeah, we'll do it.
Yes. Let's hope everyone in the world that can become healthy and breathe easily, because it's a beautiful world.
It sure is, especially with people like you and Janet out there.
Hey, well, you take care.
All right, you too. Thank you so much, Diann. We have another show coming up in, I don't know if it's in 7 minutes. It's very soon, but it's called I Have a Story to Tell. And my guest is Elisa Adamy, and I've had her on the show before. She is a great friend of Ian Pelham Turner and Helena Shard, so I'm pleased to welcome her back. And again, it's actually at 1:30 Eastern Time, which is 6:30 British Summer Time. So do join us for that if you're able to. I'm going to close out our show with another one of my favorite songs, and this is by a UK performer. Her name is ILO, I-L-O, and Licorice Dragon Records. It's ILO. Please go over to iTunes and purchase this song if it resonates with you. I am not a paid spokesperson, just somebody who knows what they like. And I like ILO and this song, Heroes by Design. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye, Diann.
Picture this, a life where you can leave your pain, a life where you can start again somehow. Picture this, a vision that can change a prayer, happy heart that's always there in the now. So don't be afraid of fear, you know, as long as we're still here, we can be anything larger than life, rise up from the ground. We can fall down over 10,000 times, then turn it all right back around. We never imagined how disguise. Picture this, losing everything you got, never having had a lot, but holding on and on and on. Don't be afraid to dream, 'cause we are so much closer than it seems. We can be anything larger than life, rise up from the ground. We can fall down over 10,000 times, then turn it all right back around. We never imagined how good life can be, but inside you and me, we can see past these ghosts in the mirror. We can be anything larger than life, rise up from the ground. We can fall down over 10,000 times, then turn it all right back around. We never imagined how good life can be, but inside you and me, we can see past these ghosts in the mirror. Heroes in disguise. Heroes in disguise. Heroes in disguise. Heroes in disguise. Oh.